Hello, ladies and gentlemen, Miles from behind the mic, and welcome to another replay of Rise of the Reds. Today I will cast a replay that got sent by Hanfield, I think. Can't remember. Some of you may remember that some time ago I casted a 2v1 between Marakar, Skitt, and Hanfield, and which ended in a no contest, no winner. And they did a rematch, and this one actually ended. So let's see who won this one. So, map is Tiger's Lair, designed by Marakar. On the bottom we have Skitt as purple ECA and Hanfield as green Russia. And on top we have Marakar as red China. The factions are the same as the other match. Color may differ, but that's not important. So we have what? We have triple dozer opening with barracks, and already supplies for Skitt, and 2 field commands being built. Hanfield is going for 2 dozers. Yes, already having a war factory almost ready. Marakar scouting with a listening outpost and sending one of his dozers right on the right side. 2 dozers for him. Beacon by Hanfield to help spotting the stealthed listening outposts, probably to be destroyed by that mauler. No, actually not. Skitt capturing the old Erics, agreeing with Hanfield that Hanfield takes the supplies and that Skitt takes therefore the old Erics. Second mauler coming, trying to destroy that listening outpost without actually seeing him. Nice column of conscripts going for Marakar's base. Battlemaster trying to engage Skitt. Facing now 2 Dark Tower. Successfully destroying an excavator. And that second Battlemaster coming to destroy Hanfield's construction crane, pretty efficient. One mauler destroyed, so the 2 Battle-Masters are down for the cost of two builders and 1 mauler. That's pretty efficient, I'd say. Skitt rushing his tech, going already for tier 2. Hanfield is at tier 1, not planning for tier 2 yet. I don't see any helipad either. While on Marakar's side is at tier 1 and building his airfield. Already having a decent army. Not too much trouble for him yet. He does some very efficient trades with his troops for now. Hanfield launching some smokes, maybe fearing that Marakar engages, and now launching the attack with a Tunguska, which takes out a few infantry units, but does not do much damage. Aside this, going for tier 2, no helipad again. While Marakar has his airfield and is not going for tier 2 as far as I can see. Right. Marakar assembling his troops, building a bunker here. Probably to stop incoming attacks. He saw that Hanfield had a few vehicles coming. So it may be wise to have some tank hunters in bunkers. MiG in the air. He has 4 MiGs. And he has the reinforcement pad, which gives him 3 battle masters. Again, another line of conscripts, probably a bad rally point from Hanfield. I think, yeah, I can see the rally point, which is indeed placed in a weird place. So either he's using it at the very well-known technique of weapon scouting, or it's just an error. RPG tower by Hanfield, inflicting some light damage to Marakar's forces. The mortar was the only... Oh, no, it wasn't the only anti-tank units. But... Oh! Here come the MiGs. 2 MiGs are enough to destroy 1 Tunguska, which completely denies Hanfield's anti-infantry and anti-air capabilities. But here comes Skitt with a few phalanx, which will reduce that handicap for now. Second war factory going up for Hanfield, and finally a helipad, which is logical since he has already a Hellion in the air. Grumble as well to prevent further mixed strikes, probably. Boris in the field. Didn't see what kind of Boris, but from what I hear here, it should be support Boris using his air strike. But whatever Boris is, it's going to be fried by that dragon tank if he's not careful. Hanfield is at low power. Problem solved since he lost his RPG tower here. Oh no, it wasn't low power, it was just EMP Han disabling his troops. Marakar not careful enough, driving his Gatling tank into the EMP radius. Hanfield desperately trying to reduce Marakar's forces with this surveillance missile, but failed. Component tower up, but not upgraded, so it couldn't do anything. Sentinel tank will do some nasty damage, and even more with that emergency aid support power, and even more because of that tear gas strike by Skitt. Nice teamwork. Troop crawler abandoning his troops. Tactical retreat for Marakar. 4 MiGs taking down the Sentinel. Grumble taking down one MiG, I think, or maybe 2. I saw only 2 MiGs getting back at the base, so I'm gonna assume the second one got destroyed as well. So Dragon Tank trying to break through Hanfield's base, but failed. So going for long range with 3 Inferno cannons, not enough to trigger a firestorm. Doesn't even have the upgrade. But the Infernal cannons are completely worthless against sentinel tanks since they are almost immune to flame weapons. Sentinel tank victorious here. So thanks to the help of howitzer bombardment by Skitt. Very well placed and very well timed. So Hanfield's forces are quite reduced right now. It only has 2 Hellions, 1 MTP and 1 Sentinel tank. Oh, here's a Gorgon. But yeah, he doesn't have much troops yet. We're trying to rebuild his defense line with component tower. And here we have the ECM tower. Completely deflecting anti-air fire. But bad timing for Marakar. Mix came way after the distraction time of the ECM, because the ECM distracts the fire for only a few seconds, while the flare lasts a more time, way longer to be honest. So yeah, bad timing. In the middle here we have a few conscripts running to their death thanks to that faulty waypoint again. Skitt launching his howitzer barrage. Way too far behind Marakar's forces. Such a concentration of napalm units are an unusual way to go against super heavies, but seems to work. So yeah, sentinel tanks are not immune to flame weapons. They are just highly resistant to them, contrary to the Shenlong, which is completely immune to that kind of weaponry. Machine gun Boris taking down a bunker without any retaliation. So either he was quick enough to evade or Marakar wasn't paying attention. Single Gatling tank advancing, providing probably, yeah.
Chain gun upgrade is confirmed.
Finally having the chain gun upgrade. Trying to break through here, but stopped by this line of defense. Skitt Maginot's line. Maginot line is finally up. So now it is very difficult to break through. Gorgon firing at Marakar's forces, destroying each tank one by one. Nice and efficient. Already having the advanced artillery systems. The Chinese heroine. Black Lotus in the field. Another component tower. Helped this time by a few gun turrets placed by Skitt. Radar tower, which will probably be upgraded in an air raid tower for anti-air supremacy. Marakar during this time is making his army grow significantly. He has a lot of units, but not a lot of heavy units yet. I don't know which GP he went for. He already has both nuclear engines and uranium shells. as well as patriotism. He now has the ice top stability as well. So he went pretty quickly on the upgrades. Hanfield on his side has the advanced artillery systems that I already mentioned, but I don't see any other units to see. So what does he have? He has the compression missile engines, and that's pretty much it. Boris almost taking down the Inferno Cannon in one hit. Wasn't enough though. Had to fire a second time. Still doing some nice harassing here and there. Lotus not very sure of what she should do. No, she knows what she could, but what she should, that's another question. Hanfield rebuilding his army slowly but surely. He is now building a third war factory. He has a few of those arms suppliers, only one helipad though. Skitt has his telecom network up. That's at least a rank 2 ECM flare bomb. Yeah, it's a rank 3 one. It's deflecting for a way longer time. Lotus hacking Gorgon and getting wrecked for revealing herself. Was a big mistake. Boris almost taking the same fate, but evading the fire just in time. Marakar trying to save his army with the emergency aid, but those sentinel tanks are very, very powerful. Or is still alive despite the napalm that's being launched at him. A lot more aliens in the air right now. And Marakar's army advances. He has now overlords and shenlongs. So he went for the breakthrough strategy. Artillery shells being launched from both sides. I see a lot of Russian infantry going at Marakar's forces, but being caught very easily by the amount of Inferno cannons and Dragon tanks. Speaking of Infernos, I see a lot of Firestorm being triggered on the Sentinel tanks, melting them down. As I mentioned, that's not the most efficient strategy, but it works, it seems. Goliath system used by Hanfield's helicopters and as well as the tear gas strike. Marakar's forces are victorious versus Hanfield's. Hanfield only has a few aliens left. They cannot... Oh, it seems that Marakar doesn't have any anti-air. He has to retreat. And the Skitt comes after the battle with the smart bomb that will be a smart mine. Unless, yes, that Inferno Cannon destroyed the smart mine. The rapid fire of the Gorgon Yeah, was a very good counter to that Inferno cannon. First golem out for Hanfield. So I know he went for the Goliath system, but I don't know if he went for the advanced technology. It doesn't matter since the golem is out. Gorgon firing at Marakar's forces, targeting the front lines. The super heavies. One Shenlong about to fall. Do I see a hind? Frenzy rank 1 for Marakar. Nice micromanagement by Marakar, triggering Firestorm at each salvo or almost. Little swarm of alien approaching Marakar's forces. Sadly not using the Goliath, probably in cooldown. And due to that, they are getting destroyed in the meantime, Skitt is using his howitzers to clear some of those forces. I hear an air raid siren. Was probably a MiG. I see a Ford that completely missed his target, barely destroyed the two Inferno cannons. That's a complete waste. It seems that Hanfield's defenses are breached. Marakar is in Hanfield's base. RPG tower being fired at. Conscript drop being completely denied. MiG being sniped at long range by the Grumble. I saw a beacon, probably Hanfield, asking for help. Bad micromanagement by Marakar, getting his forces fired at without any reaction. Only reacts. Those 4 overlords don't have the Horde bonus, meaning that they are quite weak. They have propaganda though, which will compensate a bit. I hear some Tesla and I see a Tesla tank. So Hanfield has gone for Tesla, since we know he's rank 5. Here is the Black Bear, so he chose the Ursa division as well. Oh, Lotus. The sneaky Lotus. Placing an EMP charge on the Black Bear, making it very, very vulnerable and hacking it for a longer effect. However, that was taking a huge risk. She barely escapes another death. Gatling Lord disposing of one Hellion, not managing to destroy a second one. That's Lotus, okay. After all, seeing if it's Lotus or Boris from that distance. I see a red star. That's it. Well, back to the battle. I see a few units here. It's weird that those conscripts did not detect Lotus. Very weird. They don't have IR goggles. Big mistakes. Big mistake from Hanfield. 20 minutes without the goggles. It's a big mistake. Especially versus China. And it seems that Marakar is back on the offense with a whole lot of overlords mixed between Gatling Lords and Speaker Lords, but it seems that Hanfield and Skitt are waiting for it and triggering a true lead storm on them, forcing Marakar to again retreat. Satellites on Marakar's forces, at least rank 2, considering the duration. Marakar too stubborn to give up, tries again to advance, but the Gorgon will say nope. I saw a Shtora and I see a coil golem. Marakar's forces are being decimated by Hanfield's artillery. Coil golems holding their ground. Marakar's forces are inside Hanfield's dead zone. But here comes the Hellions with the Goliath. Goliath wears off, meaning that they are very vulnerable now. But Skitt comes to help with both an artillery strike and a tear gas strike. Nice teamwork between those two. Smart bomb being dropped at 3 Inferno cannons, taking them down. Conscript firing. Oh, it seems that Lotus acted and stole one of Hanfield's wool factory, and the conscript are now destroying it. Marakar's forces are more spread out now and trying to destroy a few buildings while they can. However, a mixed force of lot of things. I see grenadiers, I see Yagmamuts, I see of course the conscripts. Oh, that's the Black Bear. Yeah, Marakar's forces have been taken down for this time. Whew. It was very difficult. Whoa! I see 6 propaganda airships in the air. It's a lot of airships. I see 2 Shenlongs. And I see a whole bunch of overlords waiting to be upgraded and thrown into the battle. Shenlongs are not upgraded. And the Black Bear advances. Marakar doesn't see him yet. He has an insane income. Skitt has a decent income as well, but far behind in eco. And Hanfield has a decent income as well and at Skitt's level. Grumble shooting at the incoming airships. I suspect MiGs to come very soon. Airships using their battle cry ability, and 3 Shenlongs advancing, taking down very easily that war factory. Spy plane spotting the Black Bear being shot down by Black Lotus again, but the Hellions will prevent it from being destroyed by the Shenlongs. Hanfield advancing. Marakar's forces being spotted by the spy satellite. Spy satellite quitting the battlefield. I see a little swarm of uh, MiGs. There are at least three airfield full here, so at least 12. I cannot count. They move a bit fast, and it's very confusing. So we have propaganda airships broadcasting propaganda there, and a lot of overload tanks. I see a few Shenlongs here and there as well. But it seems that the vast majority of Marakar's propaganda comes from the airships now, which is a different strategy. It may pay off. MiG shooting at the Black Bear, not successfully destroying it. In retaliation, it takes a Grumble missile up the butt. Wotan array and Grumble taking shots at the incoming MiGs that come to destroy the Black Bear, but thanks to the emergency aid and to the anti-air shield, it's a whole war of anti-air projectiles that came, the Black Bear survives. So yeah, very high AA capabilities with Grumble and Wotons. Another battle cry by Marakar and another push as well. Sorry. So this time a group of alien attacking the advancing troops. No Gorgons to help, but he has ATGM Kodiak tanks, which deal massive damage at long range but have reduced rate of fire compared to the shells. Marakar's assault being repelled again. Black Lotus trying to scan for stealth units, probably for Jaeger or Boris, but being spotted by the spy satellite. It still doesn't have the IR goggles, which is a terrible mistake. I see a lot of nuclear reactor scaffolds. I don't get the idea, but well. I see a FOAB. Marakar's troops are trapped by his own scaffolds. And kaboom. His forces are being decimated. Whoa! But when there are not any more troops, they still have more troops. He has enough to invade any country in the world. I don't know what I have to yawn all the fucking time, but it's being very annoying. So everyone taking a rest, it seems. Marakar having a very big army. I see 2 or 3 war factories, 4 or 5 maybe even more. 7, 8. I saw a napalm drop coming. Yes, it's in the base. Dropping on Skitt's eco. Black napalm strike. Very dangerous. Followed by a Han strike, which will be repelled by the Wotans. Wotans that are not distracted by the ECM, that is. But that effect doesn't last very long. That Han is equipped with napalm armaments, taking down one more take-on tower, 2 towers. Neat. But yeah, sacrificing like 10 Hans to destroy 2 take-on towers is pretty ridiculous. Kojak tanks benefiting from the Ursa division, all being veterans. Hanfield probably shocked by what he sees as an army coming for him. He only has like 10, maybe 12 Kojak tanks versus such an army, and I see that's a field quarter. Okay. Oh, the ATGM Kojaks firing. That's Marakar's forces. And some intense lag. Great. Now having a few Gorgons in the back to help clearing the terrain. Very efficient versus his Battle Master, not that much against overall tanks. Still pretty decent though. Nice micromanagement by Hanfield in the ground, that is. Using the ATGM very efficiently. I heard a sentinel shot as well, and I see a Grand Slam disabling all the troops as well as several howitzer strikes, clearing efficiently the entire army of overload tanks, especially combined with Hanfield's strike force. And I see now a bunch of tigers. That drop was denied. Probably a mine drop. The black bear survives, like 3 HP, but 2 more MiGs coming, finishing off the black bear and sacrificing themselves. Black Lotus acting again, disabling a Gorgon. And other Gorgons firing at Marakar's troop. Here comes the smart bomb. So has Skitt chosen a protocol? Yes, he went for Venom. Went for Venom, and here is already the Valkyrie. The French cutie. So I see a tank being destroyed. Seems to be an overload. Marakar building more war factories. I see 4 new war factories. He's completely insane. He has over
Unit lost.
20k cash in the bank. Hanfield at 7k. And Skitt at 20k as well. Skitt trying a push. Using the smokes. Taking out Battle Master after Battle Master. Now an Overload falls. But it seems that no Kodiak is destroyed. That's impressive. Now, first Kodiak destroyed. Or maybe it's the second. No, it's the first. First Kodiak being destroyed only now. But the second will follow soon. Maybe not. Turning the cannons to fire back at the overlords. The second Kodiak out at the moment, or almost the second overlord, and third fall. Two Kodiak fall for 3 overlords. That's impressive. Oh, I see a third one. But better. I see a few hinds in the air. Shots at the overlord as well. Using the smokes again. And taking out another overlord. Inferno cannons firing back. Taking one target after another, taking his time, with decreasing the pace of the game, but still very efficient. Each bullet, each missile serves its role. Hanfield showing Skitt something, probably. Maybe asking for an emergency aid. Advancing again on Marakar's troop. Lost another Kodiak tank. Relaunch the smokes and is back into his micromanagement gameplay and destroying again overlord after overlord. In the meantime, Skitt attacks as well with howitzers, taking out nothing but severely damaging 2 war factories. That army of ATGM Kodiaks seems to never reduce. That's only an impression because he keeps bringing new Kodiaks every time one fall. But still on Marakar's ranks the losses are very high. Mixed Knights against the Gorgon artillery, taking down 3 of them without any difficulty nor any casualty. Two heroic Gorgon left. Skitt now retreating. Maybe he thinks he did enough damage. Don't know why he retreats, but okay. His choice. Being followed by an overlord that got disposed of very quickly. And Another smoke barrage by Skitt. Now back to the offense with 3 new Gorgon, a new MTP, and of course the Black Bear. Being welcomed by Marakar by a bunch of Inferno cannons. 4 upcoming, being destroyed before the drop. Sadly, destroyed by those 2 Twin Fangs. Black Bear inflicting some heavy damage to the front line and being followed by the ATGM Kodiaks. I see a drop coming. I suspect an EMP drop. Yes! Frenzy rank 1 for Marakar on his troops, especially on his Inferno cannons, dramatically increasing their firepower. Valkyrie taking shots at the Overlord tanks. She destroyed something, but I didn't see what. Very large radius for that EMP. Marakar sending the artillery versus Hanfield's artillery, and it seems that the Inferno Cannon have the upper hand on the disabled Gorgons. Valkyrie switched to anti-tank missiles, driving back the Overlords. The Inferno Cannon Swarm is a terrific force, ripping through Hanfield's forces, but I see a smart bomb. Oh, that one is gonna hurt. Oh my. It destroyed at least 12 Inferno Cannons in one hit. That's... wow! So, Hanfield took again the upper hand, but here comes the volunteer squad, taking back the advantage, but the Gorgon do their work and clear them very quickly, as well as one Tesla tank and the Valkyrie. Gas strike again. They reduce the range, especially on those Inferno cannons. That will give the advantage to Hanfield, or maybe not. Marakar micromanaging his unit, cutting off the combat for now. Hanfield tries to push. Not successfully though. The Valkyrie is circled. She will die. Probably. No. Escapes the flames. No. You should really retreat. Tesla tank trying to inflict significant damage, but not that much. Keep using and abusing the infantry into the Venom protocol. Valkyrie still inflicting some damage to Marakar's artillery. Yeah, that was the last shot she could bear. Jet infantry on the attack, taking down the remaining 2 Inferno cannons. Oof, that's intense. I can count how many jump jets there are. There are at least 15 of them. And another batch of overlords is coming for Hanfield's troop. Hanfield's assault hasn't broken yet. He's relentlessly attacking Marakar with the help of Skitt, of course, but still. But this will probably cool him off. Well, actually not, but you see the ID, emergency aid, to reduce the damage inflicted to his tanks. Yeah, napalm drop fell a bit too far behind Hanfield troops. Took out a few units, took out every MTP, which is nice for Marakar. Hanfield advancing his black bear while retreating every other troops. Skitt placing a beacon showing Han that there are some trouble attacking from the other flank. Marakar is going crazy, building a shit ton of barracks, trying for an infantry invasion it seems. The jump jet infantry should be enough to destroy all those overlords that are not upgraded. I see a speaker lord, but I don't see any gatling lord. And twin flank can't do jack versus jump jets. In the meantime, Hanfield still pushes versus Marakar. He takes advantage of the situation. Mortar shells are raining on Marakar's troops, and and Hanfield is piercing through relentlessly. He doesn't want to back off. It's amazing. Oh, it's a shot at the barracks complex, should I say. Another drop by Marakar, completely wasted. Missed the black bear. Bad timing. A few Huns coming, but will get caught by the warded missiles of the black bear, using the Stora just in a nick of time. The black bear doesn't one-shot overlords though. Seems that the Huns did force fire on the ground near the black bear, destroying it effectively. But now the ATGM Kodiaks are coming, inflicting very high damage in one salvo. Switching back to the shells versus the buildings, very clever. Flare bomb, completely disrupting that grumble for a few seconds. But in the meantime, the Gorgons are advancing and are in range to shoot everything in this area. Grumble has been destroyed, probably by those MiGs as well. The whole army of Mustazir is coming. A few EMP Huns are taking out the ATGM Kodiaks. Another Grumble joins the party. So we have two fronts here. the ATGMs on one side, the Gorgon here, and we also have Skitt making a push with his Venom infantry. I see the Valkyrie and I heard the Viking. It's here. Smart bomb coming. Lot of blowdowns as well. It affects probably the MiG missiles that may come. Marakar can't hold this. And Hanfield is making his push step by step, advancing only when there is nothing in his reach, always shooting at max range. Very good management by Hanfield. Skitt on his side has a few medics that will keep his infantry up, but he lost already a lot of them. The Valkyrie is heroic, the Viking is elite. Both of those two mecha deal very heavy damage to Marakar's forces and buildings. Hanfield takes advantage of his satellite, but misses completely his fob due to the heavy anti-air that are here. Still taking advantage with his Gorgons though. I can't see if they are using ATGMs or shells. I guess those are shells. No, there are ATGMs. You can see the smoke trail very well. Perfect timing, perfect management by Hanfield. Marakar is in a very bad situation. With Skitt using tear gas, using his emergency aid, using two protocol units, the Valkyrie and the Viking, and a lot of exo soldiers. I see two Huns coming. I'm not sure if the Vikings AA will be enough to deal with them. One is down. And there are a few felons as well, so it's perfectly fine. Skitt's push is successful. He lost a lot of troops, that's a given, but he still has enough to destroy that airfield and probably that war factory without any trouble. Rumble taking shots at the Huns. Marakar is completely circled. He has no way to flee. He has to repel Skitt and Han at the same time. He has no money problem, but since he's losing his war factory one by one, he will have problems building some units in terms of time. Oh, wrong button. Hanfield is still struggling. Still pumping some Gorgons. Something here took out most of the Gorgons, so there can be everywhere. There is a lot of stuff going on. I see some shells. Okay. MiG snipes for the three remaining Mustas Gorgons. Probably the previous ones got the same fate. The Kodiaks are still inflicting some heavy damage as well as Skitt's assault. Now adding tigers to the front. Destroying one building after another, while the tigers are not participating into the demolition process, but just keep the other unit out, which is pretty clever. Valkyrie and Viking destroying the base, building after building after building. Still doesn't move. A lot of anti-air here for Marakar. The assault has slowed down but has never stopped. The most resilient units are still in, since that Lotus managed to sneak a charge on one of those Kodiaks. Probably waiting for the good moment. No, was good enough for her. But the Grumbles are not agreeing this. Very, very dangerous. A single hand can do tremendous damage to the Valkyrie. Viking being disabled by Black Lotus, but the Han is down. With the high rate of fire of his automatic grenade launcher, the Valkyrie can inflict huge damage to Marakar's secondary eco, which is completely packed up in one spot. Which is a mistake that I did recently. Rank 3 ECM flare bomb, and it seems that again thanks to Lotus the Black Bear is neutralized, but Marakar is completely circled and
You are victorious.
chooses to surrender versus that team. Oh. That was a pretty intense match. Very intense match, indeed. So the victory comes to Skitt and Hanfield. Very deserved victory. They did a nice teamwork. Especially special mention to Skitt and his magical smart bomb drop on that group of Inferno cannons. Moment of the match, clearly. But also to Hanfield with his ATGM micromanagement. Was pretty impressive to see how many overlords he could take down without losing much of his troops. He kept most of his Kodiaks alive while destroying big chunks of Marakar's army. Marakar was on a 2v1 situation, which wasn't easy. He had a nice production, a nice income. Everything in his stats were very, very good, but just considering the overwhelming amount of firepower that came at him each time he tried to advance, he found in front of him a real wall of lead, being mortar shells, howitzer shells, Gorgon, ATGMs. He had a lot of things. Another thing to note is that, in my opinion, this map is quite choke pointy, which was a very big disadvantage for China, since they use huge armies to be efficient. So that was maybe one of his problems, but from what I recall, he never complained about it. Uh, so maybe it's just in my head. Very nice gameplay from him as well, using a lot of different stuff. Same tactic at the same time, though, using massive breakthrough strategy and all that. I think what could have saved him a lot in this match would be ECM tanks, deflecting the ATGMs at each time. It would have nullified those ATGMs and would have saved him the match, probably. With the beginning of this match and the GP Skitt picked, I didn't expect the Venom protocol to be picked, to be honest. I expected more the Pandora. But yeah, I can understand the reasons he went for Venom instead. Because of high rate of fire and personal preference, I guess. That's good enough. So this match now is settled finally. So I hope there won't be a round 3 because those matches are pretty long and pretty difficult to cast. But that being said, I hope you enjoyed that match, and I will see you very soon for other replays. Goodbye.